Hey guys, welcome to that 1870s Homestead. My name's Rachel.
I'm Todd.
And you are out in the orchard with us today. We are taking care of our blueberries. If you guys have been with us for any time, you know that they are a treasure to us. And we've kind of struggled.
We love them. We come out here in the summer on date nights, harvest them, and weeds are
ferocious.
What is that kind of weed that grows in there? This is not creeping Charlie.
It's not.
Something else.
I don't know what it is.
I thought it was like witch something.
I don't know.
Bad weeds
it is
in
a
there.
witch.
Bad weeds in there. We've been fighting them year after year. We've never used chemicals on them. We usually just come in and either flame weed them, cardboard them, weed whack them.
Heavy wood chips. Nothing has beaten these suckers back. I mean, they will literally grow through brand new double layer cardboard like you wouldn't believe. So we're trying something new, but it's also, hey, a great reminder to you guys, it's time to take care of your blueberry bushes. So we're going to let you guys know it's very beginning of March. Is today March 1st? Second. So we'll share with you guys what we're doing to take care of our blueberries. And maybe if you guys are planning for that, you can do it along with us.
Yep. We also have some big plans for the future of this space. We'll share that with you guys as we get a little bit further along in our progress.
Okay, this is our tried and true blueberry fertilizer. And if you have things like rhododendron and azaleas on your property, other really acid-loving plants, it's good for that too. Or vice versa. If you have azaleas and rhododendron and keep that type of fertilizer on your property and you're planting blueberries, that's an equal great fertilizer for blueberries. So we have a little tiny baby down here. We just planted these guys last year. Oops, stay. So it's just right here. Tiny guy. And when you're planting them first established, you're just going to sprinkle a little bit of fertilizer in them. But for established plants, and this is an established plant, we're going to put in about a cup per plant. So I just have a little pint jar, and we're just going to sprinkle that around. And that'll it's a very slow releasing fertilizer, so it'll continue to feed it. And we're gonna do this 2 more times. We're gonna do it when the flowers first bloom, and we're gonna do it again when the berries first start forming. So I'm gonna go through and sprinkle. I believe we have somewhere around 15 blueberry bushes in this, and treat them all the exact same way. So again, this is down to earth. Acid mix, and that's what you want. This just came with that big box came with 2 bags, I think, maybe 3.
So Rachel's way down there raking wood chips. You can see my pink lines. This is exactly 4 feet from one side to the other. Blueberries are down the middle. Our goal this year was to make this weed-free, maintenance-free, by using landscape fabric, weed barrier. We have a whole bunch of this stuff that we bought for the garden. We're gonna have extra. Why not use it for the blueberries? We went to Lowe's this morning with this vision in our head of building a wood frame around this entire thing using landscape timbers, 3x4 or whatever those things are, and then attaching the landscape fabric either to that or putting it under that, and that would be like a long-term solution for us. But it was going to be expensive, like $250 just for the wood, and then we got to get either spikes or rebar or something to attach it to the ground. So we spent 2.5 hours at Lowe's and didn't buy anything because we were just questioning ourselves. We know there's a lot of blueberry farms in Michigan that we pass by and drive right by on the way to our cabin, and a lot of them use this fabric and they attach it to the ground somehow. We have staples, we can try those. We had a couple other ideas, so we came out here, we cut one small piece, we tried it. It seems like it's gonna work. See this, but you can't really see me. but that's okay. I'm not important right now. This is an edging tool that we've had for quite some time. Use it for around your sidewalks, your flower beds, different things to like dig into the soil to cut nice clean lines. It seems to work absolutely perfect if you set it on your fabric and step on it. It shoves it right into the ground, nice and tight. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the whole bed this way. That's why we have the line, so we can try to keep it nice and straight. And we're also running the fabric this direction instead of this way because it seems like it's gonna be easier. Some of our plants are very big, and trying to cut big giant holes in a 60-foot long piece of fabric just doesn't sound fun. We tried searching on YouTube for like how do people take landscape fabric and shove it into the ground, and we had like zero luck. I think there might be a machine,
Well, probably.
that goes on the back of a tractor
Yeah.
where this like spools across the back, and there's a machine that just
Oh, maybe.
shoves it into the ground. Maybe we don't have one of them machines, so this is the tool. Let's see how this, we'll just call this our test piece.
Okay. Very good. So it's not really all that fun for Todd so far. We've done 3 pieces, and it's just a little time consuming having to cut the individual small pieces. But in hindsight, had we known of this trick before we planted blueberry bushes, we could have just amended our soil, ran a whole strip, and tucked the edges in, and then burnt our holes and planted our blueberry bushes in there. So if it's something that you're considering putting blueberries on the property, highly, highly recommend it. Because that tucking of the edges technique is getting such a clean line. Do I like the look of like black landscape fabric? Not necessarily, but if it saves us just angst from not having to weed, I think I can handle it. So we're gonna keep going, and pretty soon we'll be done, and then we'll share with you guys. We do have one other project with respect to our blueberries that I want to get to here soon, and share that with you guys.
We're about at the halfway point, and we figured now is the time, while we still have a chance, to collect a good soil sample. We're doing it kind of shallow because blueberry roots generally stay close to the surface. We may do it in a couple of different spots and just mix it all together, that we kind of get a good average across the bed. I watched a video the other day. Luke from MI Gardener was talking about applying sulfur as an amendment to your blueberry beds to help lower the pH. Blueberries like 4.5 to 5 for a pH level, and we've never really measured ours. We just kind of assumed it was good, and we just roll with it. We get blueberries, we harvest them, we eat them, they taste fine. But I got to thinking, okay, well, what's our soil like? Do we need to amend it? And the way my brain works is, let's go buy some sulfur and put it down. And of course Rachel was like, no, let's measure it, test it, find out if we actually need to, and then we can apply it. So we'll collect a little bit more of this today. When we get towards the end of this video, we'll bring this in the house and we'll get Rachel to do a pH test on it. We'll see what it is, and if we need to do some sulfur, we can amend them. What I'm hoping we can do is spread some sulfur right on our weed fabric, and as it rains, it'll go through and not burn holes in it.
Okay, the birds are saying it's time to go in.
It's almost 6 o'clock. This turned out to be quite the project.
But it looks so good.
It looks amazing.
Looks like a little waterbed of blueberries out there.
Yeah, if you're going to plant blueberries on your property, do this before you plant your blueberries because it'll go a lot smoother.
Yes.
Bring in your wood chips, amend your soil, put down your landscaping fabric, burn your holes, plant your blueberries.
Yep. And we have plans for that. So right next to this one, we told you guys we were going to talk about our future plans to kind of fill in this orchard space. We've talked about it for a couple years. This year we're making it happen. It's a whole nother row of blueberries. And then a row of strawberries. Get the strawberries out of the vegetable garden and move them to the orchard.
That's where they should be.
And then
we have an order that we need to put in. You need to go this week and put in that order. With the Conservation District, we have 50 asparagus crowns, and we're going to do one long row all the way down of asparagus.
And then maybe, just maybe, right here is my one and only grapevine. Did I order grapevine?
You bought two the other day at Tractor Supply.
I bought two. So I think we're going to do a grapevine row, a dedicated grapevine row. So then that will make this orchard space complete. Everything will be spaced mower deck wide. So it'll be smooth sailing for Todd. And I think everything other than the asparagus will have landscape fabric for weed management.
Yep. Asparagus, we want no fabric. That way we can mow it, we can burn it, we can do whatever we need to do with it without having to deal with borders and plastic.
So thanks for coming with us. We're going to take you guys inside though and do that soil test and let you guys know what we learned about the condition of our soil. I think our soil is naturally acidic. So I'm hoping we don't have to do much, where if you are in a more alkaline area, sulfur might make sense. So what that old farmer told Luke, does it apply to us? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I hope this stays.
Yes, I hope it stays.
This was a lot of work to basically tuck all them ends of that fabric down into the soil. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do this in a video or anything like that. But I hope it works, and I hope it stays.
Yeah. And if you've done it before and you know it works, let us know.
Absolutely. We'll meet you guys inside.
Okay, see you guys later. Okay, we are going to add some of our soil just to some plain filtered water. That you wouldn't want to use like city water that has maybe chlorine and other chemicals in it that could throw things off. So I'm just mixing enough of this till it's kind of like a mud slurry. A little bit more. I just did this today earlier with our own homemade compost from our chicken run. I had never pH tested my own compost, so kind of just like a really wet mud. And let that sit for maybe 30 seconds just to get really good and wet and incorporated. And then I have these pH test strips, which are super simple to use. I'll use them sometimes even when I'm canning. And it just gives you a good feel of where you are with your pH. All right, so it has 3 little colors on it. Can you guys see that? Kind of like peach, yellow, and salmon. and then readings that you'll use on the jar once it's ready. So let's go in and we just put it in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Take it out, tap off the excess, and then we'll let that sit for 15 seconds and do our reading. Uh-oh, I think we're about right there. Ooh.
Looks like it's about in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Between a 6.25. So we are more acidic or more alkaline than blueberries would like. So
They're like 4.5 to 5, right?
yeah. So I think a sulfur treatment is definitely warranted. So I'm nowhere near this reading. I'm closer to somewhere right about a 6.5. Which is great for vegetable gardening, but blueberries want, and we did just fertilize them with an acidic fertilizer. So that will help some, but to get the overall soil balance back in check, I think adding some sulfur as a side dressing would be great. Okay, yeah, so I think we're right at a 6.5, yeah.